Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Now, I know that you've seen a bunch of different things here on this platform, and that's because I have many different interests and hobbies and I pursue all of them simultaneously. Until now, I haven't really figured out what I want this platform to be about. So, yeah, it's just snippets of my life, a lot of random things. But this video is going to be about my art, and I have uploaded a few videos before, but I decided to take this more seriously and commit to the process of slowing down and recording things that I love to do, and I just want to share that with you. My New Year's resolution, actually it's more like a commitment, was to take the process of journaling and recording myself doing it more seriously. It's been on my mind to get started so many times, but I've just kept stalling, and I wanted to kind of like understand what I wanted to share and be very intentional of putting my art out there. So it took a while, and now I finally decided to sit down, record, and do this whole process. So a bit about why I'm doing this is because for the past couple of months, I've actually been drawing consistently and journaling all of my layovers. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually a cabin crew. I work for Qatar Airways and I get to see the world, and I love it. I love being given this opportunity to travel, but I also really love art and I want to stay true to both those identities. And so that's why I pretty much taken this sketchbook everywhere I've been to, and sometimes on some layovers where I don't have anything to do or places to see or I've already been there, I slow down and I sketch or paint. And I really wanted to understand what kind of art I want to put out there before showing it to everybody. And I think this was my practice and I loved it. I love how it turned out. I finished most of this book, and since the year started and I still had a couple of pages left, I decided to stop and do the same process, but in this sketchbook, my new art sketchbook, which is going to be for this year. I will be recording a video of the finished journal of this one soon enough. So I'm going to start this sketchbook for 2026, and I'm going to do the same thing, which is record all the layovers and all the places and all the trips and all the things that I've done and seen. This series is going to be a monthly series where I will record all my layovers, all the art that I've done throughout that month, and show it to you at the end of the month. And I hope I can commit to this. It's going to be a little challenging because I do like doing a lot of things. I skate and I edit my travel videos, and I want to start my travel blog as well. So I have all these different goals and ideas, and I don't necessarily stick to them. So hopefully I can do this, and I know that once I finish editing and putting this together, I will feel more motivated. And another reason is that I've seen so many YouTubers and artists online commit to their sketchbook practice, and I want to take mine seriously too because I enjoy doing it. In the past 6 months, all the pages that I filled, little sneak peek in this one, it really, I don't know, it was very calming, therapeutic. I don't necessarily write, but I like doing it, and I like documenting my life this way. And if you found any of this inspiring, then please kindly like, share, subscribe, and show your support. Sorry, I had to put that out there right now. Anyway, without further ado, let's dive in. Let's open this thing up and start sketching. And today is gonna be the first page. And trust me, I hate first pages. I just hate it. I hate tackling first pages. I have a first page anxiety. In the past, I've always like skipped the page, and I would come back later when I had an idea or I actually thought about it, but I would just dive deep into the sketchbook right away, and I always left the first page empty. And there's always so much pressure. Like, let's see, I'll show you. This one I did recently, and then I just left it and I started with whatever. So I'm not going to do that with this sketchbook. Things are going to be different now. 2026, new me, new things, new changes, which are most welcome, and I'm going to shock my system into doing things that I'm not used to. So let's dive in, let's get to it. The sketchbook that I have here is by Art Creation, and it's 80 sheets. It's approximately 5 by 8 inches, and it's 140 GSM. It's really important to get a good art journal because when you use multiple art mediums like I do, you want an art journal that can withstand all of those. And this brand is particularly good. I love the dimensions of the sketchbook. It's bigger than the previous one, so I think I have a lot more space. I think it's going to give me the freedom to explore and create more effectively. All right, let's start with opening it together. The new sketchbook art reveal. Cannot wait to fill in these pages. I'm a big fan of this brand. I've seen many artists use it online, and the quality of the paper is great. It's quite thick, and another really nice quality is that it has this off-white tint to the page, which I know it's not always your best friend when you want to bring out certain colors, but I've grown to like it, and I know sometimes it affects the mood of the drawing, but that's all right. We can just work with it for now. I brainstormed a few ideas and I thought of creating something related to the aircraft and the fact that it allows me the privilege to travel and see all these places. And since this sketchbook is going to be about my travel journaling, I decided to start the first page with that in mind. So you're going to see what I'm trying to do here. To begin my drawing, I start off with using a color pencil. This one is by the brand Faber-Castell. I recently started using this method to first start the initial sketch with a color pencil rather than a graphite pencil. Now, I'm just experimenting here and I have no idea how this might affect the overall drawing. We'll find that out together. Here, I'm lightly sketching in the first layer and then building up as I progress with the sketch to get more confident with my line work and strokes. I definitely don't think I have the most precise drawing skills. I just try and loosely find my shapes as I draw along, letting the pencil play on the page. A good tip for drawing is to keep your pencil always sharpened and keep the tip pointy. Working with a blunt pencil can be difficult, so always remember to sharpen your pencil as you draw along. Here, I'm using a kneaded eraser to lighten the sketch. It works much better than a regular eraser because it doesn't erase everything, and then you have a nice reference to work with. I'm using these alcohol markers by Uhuhu with dual brush tips. I don't have a lot of experience using these markers. I just got them and I wanted to try them out. I like to begin with the skin first because I find that it's the most challenging to get right. And you'll see over here how I try different layers. The challenge with using alcohol markers is that they start out looking dark, but once they dry, it's much lighter, and the initial hue that you see is really different from the one you might have thought you wanted to get. So you have to keep using multiple layers to get your desired color. However, as you layer, you will notice that different shades can affect each other. So you need to be mindful of color values and how each color interacts with the other. Now you'll notice here that the color pencil actually shows through the alcohol markers, so they're not very opaque, and I guess I learned through this experiment. Next time, I'll just stick to graphite for such illustrations. So yesterday I finished the figure and the window, and as you can see, there's a lot of finishing work that needs to be done, even the shoe. And I decided to pause for a moment and start with the background, and I'm gonna deviate from my initial design and go for something like this, which is what I was working on. So I'm going to do the background and then add these letters with the font. And this is the font that I am using. It's from Pinterest. I got that as a reference, and I'm going to paint in the background with my gouache paint. So today I will start with the paint work, and before that I will do the words before laying down the paint, so I don't have to erase if I'm trying to get something wrong. All right, let's get painting. I first begin with a very watered down layer of this purple color, and then later build my way up to the shade that I want. My intention is to get this watercolor background effect, but watercolor can be very light, so I'm using gouache instead. And here I'm just dabbing some damp tissue to lift some of the color because I want the corners to be a little lighter and also add some texture. And here I'm just using a white acrylic fine tip liner, which I just bought. I have no idea how good this is, but I thought I'll just try it out. I didn't really like how the previous one laid on the paint, so I'm gonna try this one and see how it works. Now, none of them compare to my Artex acrylic markers. They're really easy to use and they are quite opaque, and they layer on dark shades really well. And now I'm finally finished and I'm just adding a few bits and last minute details. I kind of messed up with the white line in the background, but it's okay. We embrace imperfections, and it's important to remember not to be too hard on yourself when these things happen. It's all a part of the learning process. Overall, I'm super happy with the way it turned out. I think it looks very dreamy and inviting. I hope you enjoy the process and stay tuned for more of these to come.